Welcome back, traders. It is Thursday morning at 10:35 and I have a quick trade review for you guys. I just got done with the trade and went into recording, so let's just go ahead and get into it. This video will probably be pretty raw. Now, I am trading the Nasdaq micros, and right here you see is the daily chart. So my eyes were looking at these relative highs up here, the buy side liquidity, but I didn't want to aim for so high. My target is actually these lower relative equal highs. I'm gonna zoom in if you can see it. These relative equal highs. You can see that we already hit it. But what led me to have a bullish bias is you can see that Monday we went down and hit 50% of this wick, like pretty much exactly. So that gave me the signal that we are going to be going for the buy side liquidity here. Now, ultimately, I do think we could go above these relative equal highs as well. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow, but I'm already done with the trade, taking my partial out here, and I'm pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into the hourly chart. Now you can see these are the relative highs I was looking for, my target. And going in, I saw this hourly SIBI, so I got my eyes on that. And then also I was looking at the buy side liquidity here. I thought this would be a nice place to take a partial as well. And then we'll go ahead and jump straight into the 5-minute. Now we have the consolidation here going into 8:30 news. The 8:30 news was pretty wild. It whipped up, clearing out the buy side up here, went into the SIBI, and then went back down and barely nicked the bottom here, clearing out the sell side liquidity. And then pretty much we consolidated until the 9:30 opening bell. Now at the 9:30 opening bell, you can see that we went up, taking out that minor buy side liquidity that I showed you earlier. Then it went back down, and I was having my eye on this inefficiency here that we created during 8:30. You can see that it is respecting 50% of that fair value gap. All the bodies actually is close to the highs, and we'll get down into it on the 1-minute chart. The only other thing I want to note on the 5-minute is that this is pretty much the only fair value gap on the 5-minute before we went and hit my target. Now let's go ahead and jump into the 1-minute, and I'm going to go ahead and turn on the executions as well, just so you can see where I got in and where I got out. Now I think I took 3 trades, it looks like, and I'll go ahead and walk you through it. So at 9:30 we went up. I got a little FOMO, honestly, but here I marked out the first fair value gap of the day. We went down through it, so then I was like, okay, I gotta wait, keeping my eye on this inefficiency. And as you can see, like, we looked like we were respecting it pretty well, so I went ahead and just got in for 1 contract just to kind of like test the waters. And then we rallied back up here into the first fair value gap. Now I went ahead and moved my stop up. I was hoping we can go above this fair value gap and use it as support, but it did come back down and stop me out. I only caught like 3 points here. We went back down into that 5-minute fair value gap and tapped the highs of it once again. I was keeping my eye on this SIBI on the 1-minute, and as we were grinding up, we were going through it and we traded above here. So I'm thinking, okay, we have a 1-minute fair value gap here. I was looking for any chance to get in long. Didn't really come for any retracement, and then we went ahead and took out the minor buy side above this high, but we did not take out my target that I was looking for. So okay, once we went back down here, I went ahead and got in long on this fair value gap with my stop underneath. Unfortunately, as you can see, we did not go to my target. It used this for a further retracement down and stopped me out. Let's see, this was about a 20-point loss, and then it wicked down real quick. So I went ahead and just marketed in here because I saw that it was kind of respecting that 1-hour SIBI. You can see the midpoint right here. So I went ahead and I was looking at this order block as well. So I went ahead and just marketed in. I had my stop right below this order block, so it wasn't that much of a, like at what, about 30 handles, 30 points or so. But I was pretty confident once I saw this big wick that it may not go below the first fair value gap again. So once we got and moved up, I started trailing my stop out pretty aggressively to break even, which was, well, not to break even just yet, but I went ahead and put my stop below this low. Here, let me zoom in. We're actually going, I think we could go ahead and hit that second target. Okay, here we go. So yeah, I went ahead and put my stop loss up here, and then we saw this little bit of wicking. Like I was keeping my eye on this SIBI. I didn't want to have further retracement, so I went ahead and put my stop loss up just a little bit below 50% of this wick. And once I saw that it came back down to the first fair value gap once again, and then went out of it, I was pretty sure it wasn't going to go through below the first fair value gap, so I went ahead and put my stop loss down here at the lows. Let's stretch this out a little bit. You can see that we started trailing up, and once we got above this SIBI, and let me go ahead and just mark it out. I was hoping that this SIBI will be used as an inversion fair value gap. So once we got above it, then I went ahead and trailed my stop to break even, which was right below half of the first fair value gap underneath this swing low. And then once I see that this was used as an inversion here with the wick hitting 50% of that SIBI, and then we started slowly grinding up. And once I saw this fair value gap or this high get taken out, I went ahead and trailed my stop up right below this SIBI. And then as I saw this fair value gap form, I went ahead and trailed it up below this down close candle, and I was just waiting for price to go above my target. Once it did, I went ahead and exited out at 971, and I got in at 886. So I don't know, like 85 points or so. So pretty nice trade. Like I said, I think we could go higher for that higher time frame target. It's still quite a ways, but we could do that today. But I am done for the day. I'm pretty satisfied. I may even be done for the week. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this trade review. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. I am working on my back testing guide. I have part 3 in the making. I just need to record a little bit more, and then I'll put it out probably either tomorrow or over the weekend. Anyways, until next time, guys, safe trading.